If you clicked on this video, you're probably someone who's constantly in their head. You can never just fully enjoy the current moment. You're constantly worried about, how other people are perceiving you, and you can just never fully embrace the current moment. And I'm here to tell you that that's really just a corrupt way to live. And through this video, I just want to help you realize that you do not have to continue to live that way. And because of what I'm going to share with you guys today, I literally do not get embarrassed. I do not fear, other people's perception of me because of what I'm going to share with you guys. Also, I'll try to list all of the tips and pieces of advice in order so that you guys can follow these pieces of advice step by step. The first piece of advice that I could give you is to realize that no one really cares. And if they do care, why do you care and why does it even matter to you? What difference does them caring make? The reason that I say no one cares is because most people are really just focused on themselves and what they have going on. And you're just not as important as you think you are. So nobody's really worried about you. And even if you do have an internal feeling that someone is being judgmental towards you in their mind, why does that even matter? You're most likely not going to see this individual ever again in your life. And if you do have to see them again, who cares? Because what difference does it make? The scenario already happened. They already seen what happened. So you need to just accept the situation and embrace that embarrassing moment. Because for one, it already happened and it just doesn't matter. And also, the way that people perceive you should not even matter. No matter the circumstance, no matter the scenario. The way other people view you should not even matter to you. You need to fully learn yourself, know yourself, and accept yourself. Once you can get that down packed, embarrassment won't even be a thing because you accept yourself. You're not worried about their validation. You're not worried about what they think. You're not trying to win them over. You're not trying to be perfect for them. So the second piece of advice I can give you guys is just to do things that trigger your embarrassment, trigger this social anxiety. And I'm aware, it sounds scary, doing the things that you fear, but why do you think people constantly tell you to face your fears? If you do not face this fear eventually, it'll just forever remain a fear. You have to actually practice these things and do these things in order to overcome them. You're not going to overcome it just by constantly being in your head. It's not going to magically disappear. You have to put in the work, take forth the action to overcome that. And with practicing these things, you will not be perfect at first. There may be times where you freeze up. There may be times where you get in your head, but you have to constantly remind yourself of the things that, I'm telling you in this video. So yes, do not expect to be perfect. Do not expect to just be embarrassment free after these videos without, constantly practicing these things, because it may take time for you to fully come to that realization. Let's say public speaking, is a really big fear of mine. I'm constantly worried about how other people are perceiving me. I'm afraid that I'm going to embarrass myself. I may say the wrong thing. You need to accept the worst. You need to accept that there is, that possibility that you could potentially embarrass yourself or do something that, I don't know, most people are not going to accept. And you need to accept that. You need to accept that that is okay. You are a human being. You cannot be perfect 100% of the time. Like, especially around other people, we hold ourselves to this, perfect standard. But you need to throw all of that out of the window. Instead of constantly being in your head about, how other people are perceiving you, about this fear of embarrassment, you need to just fully do the thing, which is public speaking. You need to just practice it. You need to just accept the worst, and you just need to go through with it. And over time, eventually, you will become better and better at it. It'll become natural for you. It'll just become a part of you. And this will no longer be a fear because you've took the time to actually work on that fear. And the last thing I want you guys to realize is that nothing is that serious, nothing is that deep. Yeah, just realize that nothing's that serious. Let's say, I don't know, you were talking to somebody that you liked and, you didn't realize that, You had snot coming out of your nose. I don't know. You need to realize that it's not a big deal. We can't be perfect 100% of the time. Like I already mentioned, you have to stop holding yourself to this perfect standard, especially for other people, which is exactly why you shouldn't be embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. We're all human beings. We all have flaws. We can never just be 100% flawless. We can never just not make mistakes. So yes, just realize that nothing is ever that serious. No matter the circumstance, no matter what happened. A lot of this stuff, a lot of people are going to forget and never talk about again. They may remember it for a while or for the time being, but who cares? It's not that serious. And I understand that me saying it's not that serious, it's a lot easier said than done. But once you just, develop this awareness, it feels so natural. And yes, like I said, like you have to practice these things. I had to take time to practice these things. Just come to the realization that life is too short for you to just constantly be in your head about everything. Just fully start embracing the current moment. So yes, hopefully this message was delivered to you at the right time, and hopefully you were able to take something away from this video. So yes, remember to fully stay in the current moment at all times.